after Cairo. It has an amazing collection, and the history of the collection is closely connected to the history of the House of Savoy, which became the royal house of Italy in the 19th century. UCLA has a collaborative arrangement with this museum. For many, many years I've worked in Egypt, and at some point I thought I can also work in Italy, where there's a great collection, where we can actually take samples for real good scientific work, where the wine and food is a lot better than in Egypt. So last year I started this new project, for of course purely scientific reasons. What we're doing here is working with a number of students and myself on doing scientific research on this collection, this amazing collection of the Turin Museum. The Turin Museum is very excited about us being there, and we're working together on an exhibit on ancient technology and the social circumstances of people who create these beautiful Egyptian objects. The Turin Museum has these very, very famous papyri. This is the longest that is in existence, the Book of the Dead. And this is a very famous papyrus. It's the first ever map in the world. It's a map of a place where actually would be the Wadi Hammamat. So it indicates the mines along the Wadi Hammamat. So this is the first ever example of a map. The Turin Museum has a new director, Dr. Christian Greco, who actually got his PhD at Leiden University, which is also my alma mater. But we weren't studying there at the same time. But it does create these strong ties. It's a museum where he really tries to provide all the finds, all the beautiful objects with a context. So even though he was trained as a philologist, he's very sensitive to archaeology. And this is a case in point. These are very famous reliefs or paintings from the first intermediate period in Jerusalem. And what he's done is he has put these paintings on pillars the way they were originally placed in the tomb. And behind that he put a large photograph of the Nile Valley as if you're looking outside the tomb. And these things are more or less in their original place, except moved to Italy. So he's doing all kinds of really smart things like that to bring across what the original context of these things in the museum are. I of course am there to study the basketry, which is my specialism. This is a net full of dome nuts, which is from the tomb of Ga. This was a complete tomb found by Schiaparelli. The entire tomb is in the Egyptian Museum, and it's one of the things they want to do in the next few years, publish everything, all the detailed research on the things from these tombs, from this tomb. So this summer I'll be there with 6 grad students doing different things. Carrie will be doing the wood, Vera will be doing the faience and the pigments. We have Jordan who's going to work on the textiles, Jeffrey is going to work on the metal and also pigments. I'm just going to work on food, and there's someone else. It'll come to me. Oh yes. We have someone working on the unguents. So her Robin Price's research is archaeology and senses. So she's interested in smells and temperature and feel. So she'll be looking at some of the things that smell. So we are actually able to work, these are just the things, a couple of things that smell. This is just a big quantity of greasy substance that is used to keep the smell. They didn't know how to distill alcohol, so all the smells were encapsulated in fat. preservation in this tomb was amazing. So this is bread from the tomb of Ga. These are beds and other furniture pieces with all the webbing still in place. Garlands. This is a statue of Ga with garlands, and the same garland was found large around the mummy of Ga himself. Many textiles were put in this tomb. Now, because we have such an intimate relationship with this museum, we'll be able to arrange for a tour, a special tour by the staff of the museum. I'm at the moment negotiating with them whether we can do an aperitivo, a maybe a dinner in the museum. I'm giving here a lecture on the 22nd of June. So you're invited to that lecture, and we'll do something before and after. If you're sick and tired of hearing me, then you can also just go off and go shop. There's great shopping in Turin. This is Carrie and me looking at some of the things that are normally in the exhibit, but they open the cases for us on Mondays when the museum is closed. And we get to actually research the material out of the glass cases. Carrie studies wooden coffins, so she does wood analysis. The museum is really proud that we're there, so we're featuring on our webpage. The other student who's going with us is Vera Rondano, who actually is Italian. She's studying faience nets, and pigments, as I said. So here we are doing XRF on the faience, which is a non-destructive technique where you measure the composition of materials. I've been asked to look at many things that they're curious about in the museum. And every time I met the director, who is a good friend of mine, I had bad news for him. So he asked me to look at these sandals, which are in the last case that says 18th Dynasty, New Kingdom. And I said, sorry, but they're Greco-Roman. they're not New Kingdom. And then there's this. This is very special. This is an Old Kingdom coffin, a very heavy wooden coffin. And it has this bundle wrapped in linen in it. Well, this is quite uncommon. And what it reminds you of as an Egyptologist immediately is a very mysterious thing that you find in some tombs, the so-called tekenu. The tekenu is a bundle that's dragged on a sledge. It's usually in scenes of mourning, so it's part of the funerary cortege. Sometimes it's depicted like this, a crouched body on a sledge. And it really reminds you of the very early burials. This also is in the museum in Turin. This is a pre-dynastic burial, very early, with a nice basket in the corner. And I said, sorry, but that basket doesn't belong there. The mat is original, but this is not. So I keep asking, how did you get this? Was this brought together? Was this found in excavation? Most of these things were bought on the antiquities market. And what those dealers do is they shove some extra things in there to make it look more attractive. So this looked a little bit bare, with just the body. So they thought, okay, we'll put in a knife and we'll put in a basket. It looks much better. Back to the tekenu. This burial in this coffin came with a headrest and with sandals. Now, they did research on this bundle, they did an x-ray, and there's also a headrest in the bundle, which is a bit funny. Why would you have two headrests in one burial? And I was so excited. I thought, oh my God, now I have a good context with Old Kingdom sandals. I've never seen an Old Kingdom sandal. This is it. Gorgeous. Beautifully colored. I looked at it, I thought, oh dear, this is Greco-Roman. So I met the director of the museum again. She said, Christian, I'm very sorry, but your sandals are Greco-Roman. So I didn't make myself really popular in that museum, but oh well. But this was good. These sandals are definitely 19th dynasty. These are Queen Nefertari's sandals.
Wow.
And I got to study them. I actually sniffed them. I didn't smell of anything. Amazing. So, what we're doing in that museum, we're studying craft specialization. So we look at ancient technology. We look at religious and social change through that technological angle. We look at regional variation because that hasn't been done often enough, and we have such an enormous collection that we can actually do that. We assist the research program of the museum. They really want to publish the Tomb of Ga. So we just start there and we help them publishing all of this. And we work together with the museum on an exhibit on crafts. And the way I want to do this is, there's this great text, it's called The Satire of Trades. It's a story where a scribe talks to his son. And he says, you have to become a scribe. If you become anything else, it's horrible. If you are a mat weaver, you sit there and you have your legs against your chest and you can't breathe and you don't see the daylight and it's horrible. And he goes to all those different crafts. It's called the satire of trades. So people, Egyptologists have thought this is a satire, can't be true. On the other hand, if you look at the circumstances under which people worked, then it may not be a satire at all. It may actually describe something that's very close to the circumstances that people worked under. So that will be the theme of the exhibit, where we show visitors the satire, and then we show them the things that were made and how they were made, and the workshops, and then at the end we ask, do you think this is a satire or not? So we really try to have people think about the social context. We also have a collaboration with the Politecnico di Torino, which is a school of architecture and many other things, engineering. And we actually have 2 visiting scholars right at this moment here in LA, 2 professors who work with us on a recreation of the Nile Valley before flooding, after building the Aswan High Dam. So we are replacing those temples that have been taken out, like Abu Simbel, which was this huge UNESCO project. We're putting them back in their original position, virtually. We also have a field school in museology this summer, so we'll be busy there. This is a little temple in the Museum of Turin. It's the rock-cut temple of Asia. So they basically cut out the living rock plus the temple that's inside, and they put it up here in the museum. So we're going to put this back in its original context. You see that there has been once upon a time something built in front of it. So that's the nice thing of virtual reconstructions. You can just guess what it might have been, but you're not actually building things. It's similar to this temple in a net, and we'll also put this temple back in its original context. And at the moment, as I speak, we have 70 master students in Italy doing bits of Nile Valley, creating 3D models of that. So what will you be doing in Turin? This building, the Castello Valentino, is where the Politecnico di Torino has its architecture department. I would change this for the basement that we're in at a moment's notice. Yes. So we'll visit this. Turin has the aperitivo, which means you drink a lot and have little nice bites to eat. We'll do that in here. We'll have a lecture in here, a special tour of the building, because we have this very close collaboration with people who are specialized in the architecture of Turin. And some of the PhD students of the Polytechnico will be with us and will show us Turin through their eyes with what they think is important. This is a medieval village. It's completely fake. It's been built up. Well, not completely fake. It is based roughly on things they found. It's next door to the Castello Valentino. It's just fun to walk through. Then there's the Piazza San Carlo, where you have the best shopping in the world. So I won't be insulted at all if you say, this sounds interesting, but I'd rather shop. Totally comprehensible. I'm there for a month and I spend every weekend shopping. The Palazzo Madama, which is the palace in Turin, which was really loved by the ladies of the court. Turin is closely connected to the House of Savoy. These were dukes, originally from France, that made Turin their capital. And in the 19th century they became actually kings of Italy. And everything in Turin is linked to the Savoy family. So there are many palaces, and this whole this royal landscape is one big UNESCO World Heritage Site. And we have close contact with everybody who works there, with the Superintendenza, with the people who have all the contacts with the restorers. So we'll get a really inside look into Turin architecturally and historically. And of course there's the shroud of Turin.
Turin shroud.
It is not on view at the moment. It hasn't been on view for a decade. I visited Turin, I think in 1988, and I saw it. I'm working very, very hard, and Rosa and Paolo, who are here visiting, are working very, very hard to check if we can get access to this. No promises, but we're trying. And they know the people who are doing the restoration of the chapel there, so we probably will be able to get to the chapel. But the shroud, I'm not promising anything, but we're working on it. Palazzo Reale in Turin, another one of the Savoy houses. We'll also, if you want, visit the Mola Antonelliani. That's this enormous building here. It was started as a synagogue, but the architect, Antonelli is his name. Mola means something like mass or massive, so this is the massive thing of Antonelli. Antonelli just wanted to create this enormous building, and he kept building and building and building, and the Jewish community of Turin thought, okay, enough. We wanted to build a synagogue, but we didn't want it to be so ostentatious that it would be the biggest building in Turin. The other thing was they kept pouring money in it and it never finished. So at some point they said, okay, no, stop, we're not doing this. And they got another piece of land and they built a very beautiful but smaller synagogue there that actually got finished before this ever did. The city of Turin took over, and the architect, for good measure, added a spire to this. It now houses the Cinema Museum. It's an amazing building. It's the biggest brick building without beams. Yeah, thank you. Without a beam structure. They have a a clear glass elevator going up inside to here. It's pretty spectacular. So this is an old picture of the molen when it was under construction. And we'll visit the Fiat factory. This is the first building of industrial archaeology that got preserved. It's an amazing building, very beautiful. It has been reconstructed by Wendrich, and it houses the Politecnico di Torino. So you get inside the track again to come here. They have a racetrack on the roof. So it's a spectacular building. And again, if you prefer to go shopping, fine, but it's a really beautiful building. We'll visit the Basilica Superga, which is on the highest point in Turin. Here are the royal tombs of the House of Savoy. At the back, there's a memorial for the football team, the Grande Torino, which most of the members of the football team died here in 1949 when their airplane flew against this mountain. And until today, we have football fans from all over the world going here and paying respect to this Grande Torino football team. So it's this juxtaposition of the great kings and the football team that I find so interesting. We will go out of town to the Vinaria Reale. This houses the conservation department of Turin. And because we are so connected with the museum, we'll be able to get a special tour of the conservation department. And then we move to Rome. Now I'll go really quick because otherwise we'll sit here until 11. We'll go with Stella Nair. She's a professor of Andean archaeology, specialized in architecture, and she received the Rome Prize, so she's spending a year in Rome. This is an amazing honor. She's an amazing person. When I asked her, I'm taking our friends to Turin, she'll come to Rome as well. She said, you know, I'm here for a year, but I really don't know Rome that well, and I wouldn't want to be the guide. But I have this colleague who is specialized in Roman architecture and has just finished a book on medieval Rome, which is a period that nobody knows anything about. Her name's Nina Cecily Eng. There's the American Institute in Rome, and then there's the Norwegian Institute in Rome. They're sort of next to each other, so they talk to each other all the time. So those two together have put together the program. I'm working with them and with a conservator of the Egyptian department in the Vatican museums that I know really well, to again do things that nobody else gets to do. One of those is that we'll have cocktails, aperitivo, on the roof of either the American Center or the Norwegian Center. They're fighting over that. So they really try to get there very quickly. We'll look at ancient Rome. We'll look then at Rome through the ages. And if you pick up a program, you'll see that, of course, ancient Egypt will remain the theme. This is an Egyptian lion is used as a fountain near the Capitol Hill. Rumor goes that at special occasions one spouts white wine and the other red wine. So I still hope to see that once upon a time. We'll go to San Silvestro in Capite. We'll go to the latest excavation that has been made public under the Palazzo Valentini, where there's a complete Roman city. It's amazing. So we'll visit that. As I said, we'll go to the Vatican museums, the very famous stairways, and I'm trying to see if having aperitivo there wouldn't break the bank. We'll see. And this is my favorite statue of all, the Roman Anubis. He looks a little bit bemused, I think. over to Sonali.
Now let me swing away from Europe to the
Does
Himalayas.
anyone need to fill their glasses? Okay.